Hey guys, welcome back to another video about Doors Brothers today. So today with us is me, Pierce, and my dad. And so we're at my dad's work called Woodmans in Essex, Massachusetts. And today we're going to be making donuts. So in today's video, and we're going to be going through all the steps on how to make it. We're going to tell you how much ingredients you need and what you need for ingredients. And we'll get right to that.
Good morning. My name is Ned Greek. I'm the corporate chef of the Woodman Restaurant Group in the Essex room. And this is my son Pierce, who's here going to be working with me today. We find ourselves having an awful lot of time on our hands these days, especially around the holidays. And over Christmas time we experimented and we made some homemade donuts. These are all ingredients that you can find yourself at home or usually will have. This is not involving yeast. It takes a lot more effort to make it happen. But these are delicious, and we're going to do two different types of glazes on them. One's a classic glaze, and you can kind of gussy it up and do something a little bit fancier if you'd like dip them in chocolate ganache and put sprinkles on them and all. So today, Pierce and I are going to show you how to make homemade donuts. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, get up a half hour early because you need to let that dough rest for an hour before you start to roll it out. Okay, Pierce, the first three ingredients that we're going to work with, we want to dump all these in the mixer. We have butter, brown sugar, and white sugar. The recipe will be included with the video, no worries there.
Yeah.
Okay, scrape it off really good, get as much as you can. And now if you can just dump in the two sugars next, Pierce. So you're taking the butter, the white sugar, and the brown sugar. And what we're going to do is we're going to cream it just like you're making a cake. When you make donut dough, it's not as dense as a cookie dough, but it's denser than a dough that you'd be making for a cake. So we're going to mix this up just a little bit first. And then we'll show you what it looks, the other ingredients that will go into it. So all we're doing is really kind of incorporating the ingredients a little bit. Alright, I'm going to drop it back down so you can see what we're doing here. So now we're going to add egg yolks. There were 6 egg yolks there, drop them right in. Those should come right out with a little bit of luck. There we go. And then there's some sour cream. Yep. And I'm going to help you with that because we need a little spatula to get it out. So that goes in. So now we're adding the egg yolks and the sour cream, obviously. Yum. And we're going to mix that up a little bit here. So you want, as soon as I get this in here, you want to hit the mixing bowl. Okay. So I'm going to just prop it up a little bit. Okay, just turn it to. Yep. So that was okay, then you turn it off. So it's really easy to make this dough. What it is, though, it's really, really important to let it rest when you make it. All right. Now we're going to add all the dry ingredients that go in. If you can grab the next things here, Pierce. Okay. One thing, this is made with regular all-purpose flour, but usually it's made with cake flour. But to make it lighter, more fluffy, we're adding some cornstarch. Then we have baking powder. Then we have salt and nutmeg. And there's a big bowl of flour down there, Pierce. You want to grab that? No, it's a big one right underneath there. Yeah. And flour. So as you can see, it's not like it's difficult ingredients to have, and most people have all these items at home. Try to get it all in the bowl.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to mix it up a little bit more. Let me put this back in here. Now, it looks really, really wet when you pull it out, when it's done, as you will see in just a minute. Okay, go ahead. Oh, what happened? Okay. You got a little bit extra all over the place. We're going to add just a little bit more flour if we need. Oh, no, that looks pretty good. Okay. Even though we lost a little bit of flour, this is what happens when you cook at home. So the dough is a lot denser than you think it would be, but it's not as dense as is a cookie dough. So we're just going to scrape this off and we're going to put it in the refrigerator covered with saran wrap. And we're going to let it chill for half an hour before we roll it out. But we already made some in advance and we'll show you how to do that. Yep. And we're going to just leave this. So this is what the dough looks like when it's done. Okay? It's a little bit thicker than a cake batter, but not as thick as a cookie dough. So that's going to go in the fridge, and we'll come back and get that in a half an hour. But we're going to move over to this side. We already have some rolled out. Pierce, you want to come back here? All right. So what Pierce is going to do is we're going to lightly dust this dough, and he's going to roll it out. I'm going to start it a little bit, and we're going to do it about a ½ inch thick. This is enough to make about 4 dozen donuts right here. So.
That was the big batch.
Yeah, this is a big batch.
Plus we are going to eat that.
Okay. All right, and we're making our donuts square today just because we can.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Pierce? Okay, that's good. So it's about a ½ inch thick. When you take these cutters, you want to dip it in flour first so it doesn't pinch the dough.
And you can do that.
Right. Okay, so we want to start cutting those out and make some marks. All right. And then what we do is so we have a donut hole. We're going to take the other piece.
Or like a donut square. Yeah.
So you get a square donut hole. Yay hoo. I mean, why should we be normal, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me get something to straighten one up so they can see what it looks like. And again, if you have the time and you have your children they can wait because they're not up yet. If you can chill your dough again, it works even better. But then when you're done, you have a donut like this. Okay, now we're going to go plop this in the oil that we heated up to 350 degrees.
Is that for children's?
Okay, come on over here. Yeah, you can do both. Okay.
You put a little hole right
So
there
when you put
for
them in,
square.
you just want to be careful.
Pop. Then you gotta
Okay, you want to go grab that sheet
square
right here?
with another square, and then you got like at Dunkin' Donuts.
And this is just, you don't want to use a
That's
peanut
how they make
oil. That's used more or less for frying things that would be, want to step out of the way just a second, that would be used for savory foods. If you're doing something sweet, you really want a neutral oil, and this canola oil works really good. And the canola oil that we buy, it's a cold pressed canola oil, which really makes a big difference. It's almost like cold pressed olive oil. So we got some donuts in there. We're going to see what's going to move them around a little bit. Okay. Now you are dealing with hot oil, so you want to make sure that nobody's really hanging right around on it. You can fry. I'm using a big pot here. You can do a smaller pot at home very easily to work the same. What did you say, Pierce?
Or you can use a pan, right?
That's right, like a traditional pan. But we use like a heavy, when we cooked these at home the other day, we use a heavy duty copper pan. So they're just kind of floating around here. You got to go for about a minute and a half on each side. But it's very easy to do. See them cooking away there? Yum! I wonder if Norman's going to eat me donuts today. I bet you he does. All right, so they're cooking away a little bit. The oil is at 350 degrees. I have a candy thermometer here that I've been using for that. We use it for a lot of different things, but it certainly works out great for you because you can clip it onto the side when you're cooking the donuts.
And here's one. Don't we get the other base?
Yeah, we do. We already made it.
We have the chocolate.
So we have 2 glazes that we're going to use. One of them is a traditional icing that you see on homemade donuts right here. This is made with melted butter, powdered sugar, water, and a touch of vanilla. And we also have chocolate ganache, which is bittersweet chocolate that's melted down with a little bit of heavy cream, but this one I made it with espresso instead. Kind of a grown-up thing. Or if you want to make sure that you stay away from the second round of donuts that come out. All right. Oh, these are looking good, Pierce. Look at these, huh? How we doing?
Good.
I like the square donuts. They look good. And then the little square donut holes also. I think I'm going to pop a few more of those in on the side of it. Now, they're going nice and golden brown. If the size that we're making right here, they work out really good. I haven't experimented with these, but I think it would be fun. I like donuts. My favorite donut is a jelly stuffed cruller. And I want to make some of these that will look like crullers, and then I want to put some homemade blueberry or strawberry jam down the middle. We'll fit those in just a second. Okay, Pierce, we're going to need that tray over here, the one that's got the racks on it.
This?
Yeah, and you can put it right over here, please. Bring the whole, just bring the whole sheet, just this. Okay? And bring it over here while we get the donuts out. Almost done.
What are those donuts are still there?
No, you can just hold it for a second. Almost ready. But it takes about 3 minutes to cook them. And then they'll be ready to go, and then we'll glaze them.
Yeah, it shouldn't take too long.
What kind do you like, Pierce? Do you like them with the chocolate, or do you like them with the glaze on them?
Both.
You like them both. How about if we put some Jimmy's on top? Would you eat them then? Like maybe for Valentine's Day, you can get up early and make these with me. We can put some nice little sprinkles on top of them.
Yeah.
Oh, they're looking good, almost. I'm making sure they're nice and golden brown. If you can see in the pot here as they cook, when you cook the first side, they don't really look like old-fashioned donuts. They just look like a real, fried dough. But as they cook, they start to split open. I've seen some people when they make these, they'll actually take a pair of scissors and snip the little donut that's in the pan, just so we're going to have a little more nooks and crannies to be able to pick up more of the flavor. Okay. Yum. This turned out good. I like them square, Pierce.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a big holy one. Okay. Let me just, why don't you put that tray over there? We'll start, let me get these other, yeah, go ahead. Put it over there on the table, and we'll get ready to glaze them. And then I'll come back and get the donut hole.
Are we going to do like that?
Yeah, we are. Okay, there's two ways to glaze them. I think it's easier just using a spoon and then putting a little bit on it. But since we're going to be doing a lot, because I think I have a few people that are going to be taking some home, we are going to dip them right in the chocolate. Oh my goodness, those are looking good. Who doesn't like a hot donut, right?
The donuts are ready.
Okay, why don't you scoop them out this here? Now, when I'm cooling the donuts, as you see, I actually have a wire rack here. Yep. And what it'll do is you can use your glaze over again when you do it, because you're not going to need it. But as you will see, the glaze will just kind of weave down off to the side. I've tried to dip them in this one, but they have a tendency to break up an awful lot. So I find it easier just to be able to spoon it over. And if your sugar glaze starts getting hard, you can just you can do it in a glass bowl instead of a metal bowl, and just simply warm it up in the microwave just to thin it back, warm it back up and make it more pliable. Well, those certainly look like homemade donuts, Pierce. So this is how you make homemade donuts, and then you can embellish them with anything you like. We can put some sprinkles on top. But we are going to say thank you for coming, Pierce. Thank you for helping me. And bon appetit, and I hope you get this made over Valentine's weekend. Thank you. All right. Okay.
Alright, so guys, that was our video for today. And I'm sorry we haven't uploaded it in quite a bit. We've been working on this one, and we have one more coming. If it's not already posted, we posted very soon, and that video will be of like what we use for tackle for saltwater fishing in the summer. But hope you guys like this video from today. And also, guys, if you're ever in the area of Essex, Mass, Ipswich, or anywhere around that, make sure to stop by here in the summer. They have really good food. But my dad runs all the catering, which he wasn't able to do this summer, so he had a lot of time for us to go on the boat. So if you ever see us up here, or if you ever see this place, make sure to stop by. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the post notifications for more awesome content like this. Peace. Taste test. Let's see how he likes it. Is it good? Is it good? Look at that juicy.
All right, so the rest of these, just make them up into balls, guys, and we'll make them into donut bowls. Actually, I'll just do it over here.
He's getting some donuts. Alright, he got one. Watch, he's gonna spit it out. He's gonna spit it. What are you doing with the donut? Did he eat it? Dishy. Dishy.
Times for some reason.
Alright, Dishy, eat this one. Pierce, give him his last.
Don't you dare spit it out again.
Alright, give him his last donut. Dishy.
Dashy.
Dish. Treat. Come on, last donut.
Here, Doodle. Big catch.
Whoa. Oh, he caught it.
Spit it out.
Come on.
Spit it out. Whoa. Oh my god. Just stay calm.
Just nothing's happening.
Stay calm and carry on. Oh my gosh. Oh. I just ate